Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well as we're just chilling out, hanging out, and stuff like that. So we'll see how things go. I don't expect too many people watching right now. And I just realized that the hashtags are wrong. Dang it. Give me a second to fix that real quick. As I'm doing that right now, I'm just working on different things, trying to get things to work. We're gonna be playing some, not planning things out, because I wanted to showcase what I've been talking about with my community post stuff, and see what you guys like and not like, and that I can work with you guys to see that. So maybe whoa, Furrow, thank you very much. Speaking of someone who was part of the video that we're going to be showcasing, that I recorded a little bit last night after I got off stream, because I got invited to be part of Dell's, because they was like anyone else, and I was like, I'll see if they want me to play a certain character. And I just asked for, because we both play Holy Priest, that if what character he's gonna play on, that way we don't double up. It's kind of funny that we both have, if I remember your other priest correctly, our Holy Priest is Alliance, our Shadow Priests are both Horde. Hey 315, how you doing? Welcome in. So yeah, I just wanted to showcase that video, and we'll do that, but then that'll be on the side, because I want to discuss also, because we haven't done that, the community posts of my schedule and stuff like that I want to showcase that too. So hope you guys like this idea, where we go through and showcase something that I already have done, but also make sure that we have it where you guys can see it. That I should probably make sure you guys can hear the audio from this. Whoops, didn't think about that. Let's see if I can get it to be where we can capture the audio too, just so we can have some audio going. Alrighty. But keep in mind, I'm not really talking much in there, and I don't know if it's going to be the distraction or not of having two of me talking, and because I was just mainly focusing on being part of the group, so I didn't really talk much during the recording because I wasn't streaming. I was just enjoying the time, and then you'll see towards the end that the usual lag spike that happens to me had it where and let's just say that didn't work the way I wanted to. So at the moment, like I said, I want to discuss my weekly schedule to you guys, and also share some of the notes that I've been working on with different sources of me trying things out, consulting with the AI and a couple of my friends to make sure that things make sense. So with this in mind, that Monday is still gonna be my schedule, and let me title this instead of just leaving it like this, that I'll say daily community post schedule. Alrighty. Can y'all read that okay? That's in here? If you guys can, I need to have it where it's zoomed in for you guys. Let me know. Just so I know what I need to showcase for you guys. but yeah. But Monday has always been and will still be when I usually post my schedule. And I've been thinking lately, since I've been trying to keep this consistent of my weekly community posts, maybe start implementing it into the schedule to showcase it. Case it as well, just so we have different things. And then Tuesday is our membership shout out day. I said randomized originally was what I was gonna do, and my first one was current and past because I wanted to include everyone. And then this past week we had so many new people, thanks to me, man, that I didn't do randomized. That I just did it in order of originally I was thinking about in order of how long someone's been a member to recent, but then I decided to make it alphabetical order. But the context is still there that I want to show appreciation to everyone. And I know some people, when they become a member, they want to be recognized, so I wanted to utilize that as a way to recognize people, even if I don't get a chance to always say it in every stream, that who's being recognized, who's not being recognized. And then for Wednesday, it's been interesting because this was what the AI originally gave me, but I didn't want it to be a did you know gaming fact where I use the term did you know, because there is the YouTube channel Did You Know Gaming and Did You Know Facts and stuff like that. I didn't want it to be that I felt like I was stealing their way of doing things, but I wanted to kind of do stuff that was more interesting and that not everyone sees on a regular basis. So I just been doing my research of trying to find different ideas, even ask AI to scroll down into all the sources that it's able to look at and show me different facts that they found and stuff like that. That we was able to slowly work on different ones, and I already have the fun fact with Rhypi set up for next week. I already know what I'm gonna do. I just need to make it at some point. And if you guys want me to talk about how I'm making it, I can discuss it with you guys today as well. So that's been post 1, is talking about a fun fact with Rhypi. And then I started calling it this for post 2 of deep dives with Rhypi, where I'm going to explain different different talent trees, different skill trees, maybe loadouts if we play first person shooter games and stuff like that. So want it to be where you guys can contribute your ideas, or for those of you that prefer a different way of playing, that you guys can discuss it with each other and us making the community posts engaging. But right now, so far, not many people type in the community posts, so I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. That all of a sudden we get a lot of people typing in the chat, but I want it to be where we get to have a spot where we can do that, whether it's that you guys are joining the gaming facts and let me know if y'all like the design, if y'all think it's horrible, whatnot. That I want all feedback because it helps grow what I want to do with the daily stuff. And then for Thursday, the original plans for it, and notice I said original, was a lot of these ideas where it was throwback or nostalgic, okay, where they was recommending me just showing a short clip of a game I enjoy, and then, or what was my first game, and then I kind of got rid of these to just do evolution of gaming. Where last week, for the first one, we talked about Heroes Might and Magic, with the new game on the horizon coming out soon of Heroes Might and Magic Olden Era. I'm so happy to be able to show that to you guys at some point. And this past week, we did Legend of Zelda, where I showcased the games I've played so far, but also wanted to do kind of like a timeline of the order of events of when the game was released. I know that the actual Zelda timeline, for those of you that know it, is very convoluted / interesting to think about, if you, especially for those of us that consider Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask as two different timelines, or that the fact that the events of Ocarina of Time led to Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess separately, depending on what was going on. So a lot of people have different speculations when it comes to that. I don't know how it looks since Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, if it's even more crazy now, because I've not looked it up in recent years to see how crazy people are thinking the Legend of Zelda timeline is. And I keep wanting to say Zelda because of how the autocorrect kept, the AI kept on referring to the game as Zelda instead. That part of me is thinking about rewriting parts of that. And that at some point, when I reread it this morning, I'm like, this feels jagged. Whoa, Crafty's already streaming? Whoops. I didn't realize, I forgot that she was streaming today. And then for Fridays is kind of, right now, I've been loading so many ideas that I have a list of like 10 different things, because I want it to be where I variety it. So that for this one, I'm gonna borrow this and just call it Friday random day, where pretty much it's just that whatever I feel like I want to discuss, we'll do that. Because like last week we did it where it was about the gaming plans for the weekend, but I know that because my weekend plans will be pretty much the same throughout until we are doing different games for the A to Z challenge or other things like that, that I want it to be that we, I'm able to give you guys different things. That one of the things they recommended during this for the Friday talks, once I mentioned that, was wanting me to do gaming questions or unpopular opinion, but I was just like, not sure, because I don't want it to be that people, when we do have people starting to comment in the community posts, that people argue with each other. So that's a little worry for me, to be honest, to say the least. But as you are seeing the growth of Fieryheart getting from an item level of 597 to 622 or 24 before I stopped playing as Fieryheart last night. So that is even better iLevel than my paladin, so I need to catch up on my paladin now. At some point. Won't be tonight, because I want to work on getting my characters to level 80, because we're still working on that goal. And then Saturday was working on different ideas, and it was recommending different things of what I can do, because how I was doing Friday was wanting to start recommending other things. But I ended up doing, but before I introduced it related to Friday, the first time I was talking to the AI, we was talking about this. this where it was a Rhypi recommends hidden gem or what are you playing now, that I went with the fact I was gonna get rid of the what are you playing now, because I feel like I can connect that back to Friday, whereas right now Rhypi recommends, I'm like not sure if I will do that completely. Maybe at some point I will do that once I finish a game and say why I recommend the game if you never played it before, or despite watching my playthrough of the game. Who knows for sure. And so that's why I'm doing Hidden Gem Saturdays at the moment, where I'm showcasing different games. And tomorrow I hope you guys enjoy this second game on the list, because I'm really thinking about playing the game for you guys, and hint for one of you guys, because only one person knows about this, is a game that I've already talked to him about. So I'll leave it ambiguity like that until tomorrow. If that person is in chat, do not say it out loud, but I want you to know that it is the game that we talked about. But last week we did iLvl, and a computer game that's kind of like Here's My Magic, but instead of it being that it happens in turn-based / if you're in multiplayer, sometimes people can play at the same time until everyone gets closer, then it's turn-based at that point, based on turn order. In some games just turn-based in multiplayer, but who knows for sure how I'll keep doing the hidden gems, because I've been wanting to be mainly games that are not well known. Like last week, it was a game that only scored barely above 50% on Metacritic. And if you guys want me to look up other sources, if I can find it, to showcase other scores for you guys, let me know if you guys prefer that at some point. I just wanted to start it with Metacritic because I know more people are aware of it. I was gonna do Rotten Tomatoes and other things, and then I remember Rotten Tomatoes is movies, unless I do Hidden Gems where I talk about a lesser known movie too. Who knows? And then Sunday is a post right now, where originally, to show you guys what was originally planned, that we talked about gaming mechanic explained, and power of storytelling, and community spotlight. So, and then when I tried to ask different things, because I did a lot of this on the same day of trying to troubleshoot my next set of things, that it was, without revealing this was post 2, it was recommending this again, so it was kind of cool. So at the moment, part 1 is me explaining some kind of mechanic that right now. Last week we did the different Nuzlocke rules, not Egglock, but Nuzlocke, my version of what's called the Nuzlocke that I've done on the channel a couple of times, or tried to do, and then also the hardcore Nuzlocke, because we are kind of doing it with Emerald Kaizo, but we haven't done it on a regular basis like everything else. But I wanted to highlight what that means. And this coming week, this is going to be something that's kind of standard, but and I also know that a lot of us will know, but just something that those of us that don't know these current terms, give you guys a chance to understand when I say certain topic that you guys have some understanding if you read the community post now, if that's the first time you're understanding the terminology. So wanted to be kind of informative. I guess the teacher / tutor me is kicking in when it comes to that. And then the part 2 is community spotlight, where right now, eventually, I want to showcase cool fan arts of what people make, whether it's about me or if someone wants me to showcase their fan art, I'm able to do that. Haven't decided for the fan art stuff if I'm gonna do it on this channel or on the new channel I'm thinking about doing. That I'm still working out the details of how I want to do it, so that's why you guys haven't seen anything. So be on the lookout for that. But right now, I've been mainly using it as a chance to introduce you guys to people. Eventually, I'm gonna include people that are lower subscribers than me. Just right now, both people I've done so far, both last week and this coming one, and other ones I've currently been in the works of doing, that I know that they have more subscribers than me, but they've all helped me in different ways. So I wanted to thank them properly instead of just saying thank you in their streams or my streams and stuff like that, because I can do that all I want and it'll still feel like I want to do more. And there's some people I'm gonna still try to reach out if they want a shout out and stuff like that. But right now I already have this coming week planned, the next week after that, and the next week after that. That I already have 4 of those planned if you count last week as well. So right now I've been slowly just trying to figure out who I would want to do it with and make sure that it makes sense, that you guys aren't just like feeling like that it's just me trying to gain people's favors because I'm linking them or whatnot, because I'm still trying to decide if I want to link them every time. Because I know Beanie didn't mind me linking him, but I don't know about the others. So we'll see on that, because I don't want to be that I'm seeming like that I'm just clout chasing because I'm talking about someone that's above my subscriber count. That's not what I want to do. I just want to thank people who has helped me in different ways. So yeah, to say at least, it's been interesting to think about, but I know a lot of people tell me stop stressing about what others are thinking and just do what you want to do. And part of the reason why I haven't made any videos for Rhypi Talks in a while, or the new channel, that I keep doubting it because I'm like, what if people think my voice is AI? Especially with the new changes that's happened this past month, I should say, because it is August 1st now. And I just realized because of that, I need to also update the goal thing, so there's no confusions of why I'm showing July when we're in August. So we'll make sure that is shown correctly now. And we'll call it August starting goal like we usually do. But instead of starting at 0, because for our super chat, we're going to make sure that it has $5 in it already. So now that should be good. You should see it updated soon. Nice. But yeah. But I wanted to kind of explain why I'm wanting to do the daily posts, and just mainly because I want to have it where it'd be cool eventually to look at it, and I have so many comments to respond to, especially if I'm working that day and I come home around 4 and see, oh, I need to respond to everyone. One, and to help, and those of you that like to talk to others, be able to talk to each other, being like, oh, I like that idea, or I like how you thought about this. Have you thought about this? Hey, Javi, how are you doing? Welcome in. If I remember, no, you've had your membership longer than that. Never mind. Don't worry about that. What I was thinking about doing. because I think I've already told you who gifted your membership, if I remember right. But yeah, I just wanted to do something a little different today. Last time I did this kind of thing was when we was displaying the World of Warcraft character stuff of what characters I'm wanting to level up, and I'm still debating about if I want to do an Undead or Orc mage, and the vice versa being the Warlock, because that is those are two classes I've not made on the Horde side. If I eventually want to make one of every race / origin as my next goal after I do level 80 of all classes. I'm gonna first try to max gear or close to max gear of all my existing 80s, especially once I get all 14 characters, where I'm counting my Shadow Slide Priest as well, even though it's technically two different priests, but I know that I will want all of them to have good gear. So if some reason someone's asking, hey, can you run this dungeon on this character, I can't. I don't. I feel like that they're not ready to be in the dungeon or raid because of the low item level, because it's one of those interesting things, to say the least. But thank you for stopping by, Javi. Hope things been going well for you. And at some point I probably should make sure that the GG and the Pokeball has no background, so those of you that are in dark mode, it doesn't have a background on it. So I'll probably have to figure out how I'm gonna get rid of that at some point. But like I said, it's just one of those interesting things to think about that I wanted to showcase today, of explaining this. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it where I can show people it on a regular basis or have it pinned in Discord. That part I do not know if I should or not. And there's a lot of things that I'm wanting to do. I just keep doubting what I want to do. As a lot of you guys know that I constantly do that. But just like I said, I thought it was just something that was interesting to discuss. Because at the end of the day, it's just different things at school, and I'm trying to give myself time to let my video play because we're only halfway through the video. So I don't want it to be that we cut it off before it's done. So but I'm still getting used to using all this character too, because when in the past, before I made this Fieryheart when I first was doing mages leveling up, this character only got to like 30 or 40, and I had a different mage who was my frost mage who became level 50, and my first horde character to get level 50 before Legion came out, when I started stopped playing for a while during the beginning of Legion, like we talked about before. So eventually I might do a run with my water fire at some point to have a frost mage, but I also have the character that I'm not wanting to level up due to the fact that it is tied with the character of someone else. And even though they tell me that they may not play again, I want it to be if they decide they want to play and ask if I can play the game with them, that I'm able to do that for them. And that I have many characters that I can help out with besides just the mage that I made originally. So it's been interesting, to say the least. So I want to try to do that. So just a lot of things that I think about, because I'm just wanting it to be the best thing as I can, and showcase everything that I can for you, everyone. I just can't tell you guys for sure how all will work out, but it will. And soon I just want to make sure that I do my job searching and be proud of my job searching and stuff like that. And be able to finally tell you guys I got the job. So I know that's something I've been wanting to say too. But that's still a long ways from now. But just different things to think about. And I just wish I can tell you guys I definitely know what I want to do and stuff like that. Just trying to figure out how I want to do things for all of us. And apparently, for those of you that like the $2 pizzas at Pizza Hut, they're extending it to August because it was a huge success of people enjoying it. So that's cool for them. Not sponsored. Sponsored at all. Yeah. Just been thinking about a lot of different things and trying to make things work and stuff. I want it to be that I'm able to be proud of how things go. And I just wish I knew the answer to that, but I know I can't say it as well. I can't tell you guys for sure how things will go. Me doing. Of course. Because I wasn't really talking much in this recording. That's why I didn't want to just post this video out on its own. Because I was just like, I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like, who would want to watch something that didn't have much commentary?
So much to discuss. I need some time to think. Make sure to take notes.
I've just been enjoying the fact that I get to slowly have times that I can play with others, even if I'm not doing it on stream, just because sometimes the fun part is just playing games, and still in the works of trying to play some things with others, and some things that might happen, might not happen, who knows for sure. But other times I'm just like, okay, is there something I can do? I can't tell you guys for sure how things will go. I just want it to be that end day. I'm proud of how things come. And the general gist of how I'm thinking about a lot of things, to say the least. I don't know, like save this shop just in case I want to apply for it. Because I want to search more information about that to make sure it's a reputable company. I just hope that for the places who call me, they actually leave a voicemail instead of just calling me and not leave a message, because I don't know who you are. But at the end of the day, just trying to figure out what I want to do. and I applied for different things, and some things I'm not gonna say what I applied for company wise, just because I don't want it to be that someone hires me just because they heard what I said on a video. Would be kind of interesting to say the least if that happened. But at the end of the day, I don't want it to be that's the reason why I get chosen because they heard it from someone. But if it happens that someone's interested in me, I just want to make sure that it is not a scam job and that I figure out how they met me. me, even if it's that they heard my voice on Rhypi Gaming, that I want to know that's why. But being able to connect me uh, with me can be doable depending on how much digging they do. But at the end of the day, just want to be able to tell you guys that I got a job finally. So I don't want it to be that I keep searching and still feels like I'm not able to find what I want. And I don't want it to be a job where I feel like I'm just coasting or just settling at the same time, because I don't want it to be that I get bored, because I've done it before at a job where I get too bored and I fall asleep. Because I've done that in a job before, and why about a couple weeks later I decided to resign from the job, because I was not wanting it to be that I just fell asleep on the job, and because how bored I was, because it wouldn't be fair to the ones who the job is very hard for them, and that would make me feel so bad if that happened, to say the least. Who knows for sure how things will go. But what do you guys think in chat? How has things affected you guys? And this is when this part of the video was when I thought about checking my gear inside of the warband, because I've been slowly trying to incorporate different things. And this is when we was at 621. I think at the end of this video it's either 622 or 624. Not 100% sure. And right now, because it's a different chess piece, is why I'm temporarily in road, but you'll see that I eventually transmog it back. Even though apparently there's gonna be free transmogs next week, but I was like, I've been doing the transmog as my usual outfit with Fieryheart, so I want it to be that it still shows up. So who knows for sure how things would go. And right now I'm just trying to have it where I'm still showcasing the rest of this video for you guys, and still happy that I finally got this hippogriff from getting exalted with the Avengers of Hyjal. Excuse me. Hyja. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure I'm thinking the right way to pronounce it. For if you're around, feel free to let me know what is the proper way of saying it, because I think you know better than me. But you're probably in Aweecrafty stream right now, so oops. But yeah. But yeah, Little Rabbit is Aweecrafty's gnome tank / warrior, and Furrow, as his name applies, is his shadow priest, in which he's named all of his characters that. No worries, Furrow. I just was trying to remember if I said Hyjal correctly for the Avengers of Hyjal or Guardians of Hyjal. Hyjal. That map, because I always am not sure when I think about how to pronounce it. I know you are. That's why I was not expecting you to respawn right now. I just think it's funny. It's like, I think we all forgot I was a mage every time, and I could have warped us back to it without using our Hearthstones, but it's not like the Hearthstones now take an hour each time you use them, because it used to be at one point. But I still want it to be kind of useful. That's why, especially since when we're in a group, it's the only time I'm able to portal everyone and not just Horde and Alliance, Horde only or Alliance only, to say the least. Because if I did the portal out here, for wouldn't have been able to access it. You wasn't turning in anything as well? But it's funny how, like I said, that right now, Fieryheart is now my second item level, highest level item level, that I need to catch up on my armor bunny now. Because I've only done the belt quest with this character now and my main Sly Priest, because you guys wanted me to get it. Makes sense. But yeah. But I just still think it's interesting to think about how many characters I have, and I know this video won't show it, but me having, eventually, once I level my Demon Hunter, Monk, and Invoker, that'll have 14 level 80s. Eventually.
Hail to the night.
And at some point I need to figure out how to get the refreshment table as my mage, because I know in the past it was a skill you can learn, but lately I haven't been able to do it, so I don't know if it's tied to arcade now or not, or arcane, not arcade. But yeah, that's why you don't really hear any commentary, because I was just enjoying my time with Furrow and Aweecrafty. So I was thinking about linking them in the description today, but I wanted to ask Furrow and Aweecrafty first if they wanted to be linked, because I know they're more on the Twitch side. At least what I've seen of you guys streaming, that when you are streaming Furrow, I think you're usually on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember too, because I remember having the table, and at one point it was a glyph when glyphs was a thing, because they wanted it to be that you had used your glyphs. Because remember when that was a thing during Cataclysm and Pandora, when they was first introducing inscription, had glyphs. That's why when I recently came back and was like, okay, what's the point of having inscription? Then I was like, to get the achievements is why I made my Horde Sly Priest change from alchemy to inscription, because I realized that because I already had my main being an alchemist, that didn't make sense to have two alchemists anymore. More because it wasn't that I could say one is a potion master, one's a transmutation master and stuff like that. That's not really a thing anymore. So And speaking of which, because I usually do this for people, since you did donate it, Furrow, did you want me to link either your YouTube or Twitch, or don't stress about it? Yeah, I might have to repeat that question since he might be over at Aweecrafty now. But, yeah. I'm just making sure you didn't want me to link it if you wanted me to help you gain more support. So it's up to you. Cause I remember you telling me before, because I know I'm following you over there now. No, even if as you would say, you haven't done much with it lately, just because you haven't had a chance to make new content. I just wanted to make sure you didn't want me to link anything for you, for showing appreciation that that you gifted / gave a donation. So wanted to make sure. So I understand that. Then it's up to you how you want to do things, because I don't want you to feel like you're stressed about getting it done and stuff like that. I just want it to be at the end of the day that I'm able to give you guys a shout out as you need to. Because Furrow loves playing World of Warcraft, but he also loves the game Arma 3, so should you check him out if you want to see Arma 3 content. So that way you guys can enjoy the game like we do. Because at the end of the day, we all help each other out. Nothing like trying to get the title on my Twitch side to make sense. Because I'm trying to make sure people know when I'm starting to. You're welcome, Furrow. But yeah. And I don't know if you've had seen it recently. I'm not asking you to check it out to see if you recommend me changing anything. But at some point, if you want to, I've actually updated my stuff on now having Radar.io, where everyone can see my characters now. So maybe once we finish this video, that'll showcase what I've done with the Radar.io. Not right now. Now, not to this stream, that I didn't want it to be that I was on both sides during the morning, because right now I don't want it to be that people feel like they had to watch the whole stream, because right now I barely have 3 people staying on the stream at a time, so I don't want people to feel bad that I haven't had a consistent 3 people in each stream, to say the least. So because I don't want anyone to feel like they have to do that just so I can have it where you guys can be either a member here or subscriber on Twitch. I don't want to ever make anyone feel like they have to do both or whatnot. So I know some people want me to eventually have it. It's just so far my highest been 2.8 average viewers per stream, because I know that I stream longer than 3 hours a day, and since I don't have much of a following, some people argue that I should just do 1 hour stream on Twitch a day. But at the same time, does that really help in the long run? I don't know. I know you would, Furrow, but I'll be playing later tonight around 8:30 my time, which is in about 7 hours if you want to later, depending on what you're doing, because if you're busy, don't stress about it, or if you're playing with Aweecrafty at the time, because I don't know how long she's playing for today. I know she started early today.
Are you headed out?
Yeah, I understand that, but like I said, some people watch the whole video or be leaving the video on, and other times you'll see people only watch the first 30 seconds and turn off on it. Yeah, I saw the notification literally about 10 minutes after I got started. My iPad showed her being live. I was like, oh, whoops. But thank goodness I'm not on Twitch right now. But yeah, in a second you'll see the bug that keeps happening to me, that eventually, like how you're seeing it now, that on my end it lags out and it had to load everything back in where so I don't know why this happens, but this has happened to me a lot lately, and that's why now it's just a black screen because I was trying to fix it, but then I remember I had to exit the game, and because I wasn't at the time when I was about to kind of just leave the party group and stuff, when I was thinking about doing that, is when you told me the 15 minutes till nightfall. So I was switching to Armor Bunny at the time, and then as I was trying to get over there is when I fell asleep. But at least it wasn't during streaming. But I already ended this recording at that point because of this hiccup. I was just like, I'll just explain what happened on Armor Bunny if I got more gear. Gear. Peace. Indeed. So yeah, that was the video. So let me, just so people can see it, for those of you that don't know Raider IO, for those of you that would like to explore this later, just to showcase this, that the Raider IO, for those of us that play World of Warcraft, is a thing where people are able to track other people's mythic runs and stuff like that. I haven't really used it till recently, because I felt like at first it wasn't a point, but then after a while I realized there might be a way for it to be where people can look at my stuff and learn a little bit about me that's never been on my channel. And since I have both my Twitch and YouTube now connected to it too, where people can see me slowly changing my skill, my iLevel and stuff like that. Like I just did the refresh for Fieryheart because she was 597, now 624 is her item level. So that's why earlier I'm like, I need to catch up on my Red Paladin. But if you go to any of my characters, you'll see I gave a little description for each of them. I'm still working out how I want to write it for all my characters, but at least, and of course there's an ad here, even though I say on Oprah GX to block ads. That sucks. Yeah. But between the belt and me upgrading stuff that was in my warband bank, because I needed to do that, So yeah, I named her Fieryheart because of knowing that I wanted to make her a fire mage back in Cataclysm, and at that time, Night Elves just became able to be a mage. So, since Night Elves is one of the ones I usually like creating, for me, I always have affinity between humans, Night Elves, and Blood Elves. Despite my secondary being a Dwarf Paladin. And besides my hunter, all my characters are females. So I know some people will be like, okay, that's interesting. But it's just what I enjoyed when I was making characters, to say the least. But I would like to thank everyone for being here. I will be doing stuff later on, playing more actual on World of Warcraft wise, and actually leveling up our last 3 to level 80. We might do our Demon Hunter to 80 first because it is level 70. But yeah, I know that it's just one of those interesting things. And let me answer this call real quick. But yeah, sorry about that. My mom was calling because I'm about to help her in our classroom. Once I'm ending this stream because I need to help her with a couple things. But I appreciate all you guys coming that stop by, and we'll do our animation stuff as we usually do. But note that I made a couple little changes on the name strolling, so I'll leave it on for a little bit so you guys can see it for those of you that are interested. And I already need to add one name to August because Furrow has gifted $5, so we'll need to add that between now and when I stream later tonight. But we'll go ahead and sign off for now. I'll see if there's someone we can raid, but there might be just me and Furrow in here right now, so don't know who else will be in the raid, but we'll see who's here, who's online right now. See you guys later on tonight about 7 hours from now. Have a good one, depending on if it's morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching any of my streams or videos or reading any of my community posts. Thank you very much. Peace and volume morning as always. Alrighty, guys. We're gonna go ahead and raid Nichols. For those of you that don't know him, he mainly plays FPS style games. Right now, he's playing Fortnite, so but he plays the finals. He's played Call of Duty. He plays a lot of new first-person shooters like the final and stuff like that. So if you're interested, make sure you stick around. See you guys over there. Peace.